This tutorial is presented here by me with permission from the author. Hey guys, so today I will be showing you how to make the arm for the Zoanoid Dragon V2 by Shuki Kato. So this is what I will be folding on this video, and if you shape it, it should look something like this here, okay? So this is the arm. Yes, so let's get started. Okay, so I will be using tracing paper, which is what I used in my previous tutorials, and I also have here with me the crease pattern for the arm that we're going to collapse. So this is just a section cut out from the official crease pattern. It's basically this section right here. Like, the difference is that the section is not actually this one, it's rotated 45 degrees, so you can see like this should fit somewhat like this on this orientation. So which means that this part of the paper, this is actually an edge. So we're gonna cut out this part here just because it doesn't belong on the crease pattern, and it's easier to do it like this than do a diagonal grid, because that way I would have a lot of unused paper here. So this is more efficient. So yeah, this is a crease pattern. I'll leave a link for this in the description, as well as a link with a link for the crease patterns from the previous tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is pre-crease this, and this is based on a 24 by 24 grid. So let's do that first. So to get the 24 by 24, we have to divide the paper in three first, and the way we're going to do that is, first of all, so first of all, you have to have at least one diagonal pre-creased. Okay, I already have mine, which I used to cut the square, and now we're going to fold the paper in half. Okay, you can fold all the way, because although this is not part of the third, it will be part of the final grid, so you can fold it. And then we're going to make a line from this point all the way to this point, and we're only interested in the intersection with the diagonal. Okay, so what I usually do is I just pinch here where it intersects here, and then I just put my thumb on it and I just rotate this paper around until I reach this corner here. Okay, then before I crease, I just make sure that this is all good. It is. And yeah, I'm just going to crease where this crease intersects with the diagonal. Okay, so we have this point here. Now we're going to fold up, we're going to align the paper with the edges, and we're going to make a crease that passes through that crease, that point that we just did. Okay, and fold, and now we're going to fold this edge to the crease you just did. Unfold, and now we just rotate and do the same thing. Okay, so fold this edge up and align it with this intersection. Unfold, and then bring the top edge to the crease you just did. Okay, so we have a 3 by 3 grid. Now we just need to divide each of these sections into 8. So yeah, I'm just going to do that faster. So this should be pretty straightforward. You just keep dividing each section into 2 until you get to a 24 by 24. Okay, so grid done. Let's start pre-creasing stuff, and yeah, this is in the description. So yeah, by the way, this is the crease pattern that I used to collapse the arm that I did. Like, I'm not 100% sure if this is like how Shuki collapsed is, but this is how I did mine and it worked, so I'm just gonna show you how to do this one. So yeah, let's start like with these lines here. This is pretty similar to the leg. I don't know if you've seen that one, but if you didn't, I'll leave a link here on the screen. There's a couple of differences, but yeah, it's pretty similar. So yeah, let's do like these lines here, these ones as well. So we're gonna start, let's start here from the bottom. So this is 2 units, okay? So this is not the first one, the second one, and then we're gonna go 4 units, okay? So I'm just gonna hold that. I'm just gonna align this edge with, actually, yeah, if you have the grid like I have, which is like a zigzag on, so start with the mountain on top, okay? So yeah, so I'm just gonna align this edge here with this line, and I'm just gonna crease 45-degree line 4 units, okay? This one, and then we're gonna go 1 unit down and then 2 units up, 1 down, 2 up, 1 down, 2 up. Yeah, so I'm just gonna mark mine with a pencil for now, and then I have here blue and red pen, so I'll just mark those once I am done with all the pre-creasing. So yeah, from here you go 1 down, and then you go 2 up. I already have that one because it's a diagonal, so 2 up, and then 1 down again. That, and let's see, so we have this one, this one, this one, this one, then we go again 2 up. So up, and we're gonna go 1 down and 2 up again. Okay, so 1 down and 2 up. Okay, like that. So 2 up, it should end at this point. Actually, let's pre-crease 1 more. So this last one, do 3 instead of 2, okay, because it's this one, so it is 3 units. So let me do 1 more. Okay, so then you're going to do almost the same thing here, okay? So yeah, let's do that. So again, you start from 2 units from the second unit here, okay? So I'm gonna fold the edge like this and fold diagonal with 4 units length. Oops. Okay, then you go, in this case you go 1 up like that. Then 2 down, one up, 2 down, doing it. So in this one do 3 as well, so in this last one do 3 also. Okay, you should end up at the same grid line on both ones. Okay. Okay, so actually on this top one there's a couple of other lines that we have to do, like this part here with the toes. So here, so when you go from this point, this one, which is this one, this one here, yeah, you're gonna go so 2 down normally, and then you have 1 up, but we did like 3, but we still have to make this one here, which is this line right here. Okay, let me zoom a bit, sorry. Okay, that's better. So we still have to make this line, and then we go 7, sorry. So we go 7. Oh, we can go all the way. We're gonna cut off this part here. This part is not gonna be part, okay? So we're gonna go from this point here. We're gonna go 1 up. Okay, and then just go all the way. So this time, just grease it all the way. So this one, you could grease it like that. Okay, and let me mark it. Okay, this is enough. So we can actually get this line here, so we know where we're going to cut. So yeah, from this line that you just drew, you're gonna count 4 units from this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're gonna make these 2 lines here. Okay, so you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then this point from here, you should have like 6 units here till the edge of the paper. So you're gonna make one diagonal like that and the other one like that. And actually this one, you can mirror it to the other side. Okay, so it becomes a 6 unit diagonal. Like this, okay? So this line right here. Okay, and then from this point you just do 3, which is do another diagonal here. Like that. And then from this point you do another 3. Again, you only need to do 3 because the rest of the paper is going to be cut off. Like that. Perfect. So yeah, let's actually cut off this part here, or at least mark it. So you're gonna cut it at here, okay? So basically you're gonna draw 45-degree line from this point all the way to this edge, okay? So it's pretty much, it's actually I swear I didn't plan it, but it's actually like a quarter, not a quarter, I mean yeah, it's it's 1/8 of the paper, because this here is the center, so you're just gonna cut off this square here, okay? And I'm actually gonna cut it now, so it's easier. Yes, I know I'm cutting a square, but technically this is just a test fold. And technically, in your paper, you won't have to do this because this will be the edge of the paper. Sorry, don't look if you don't want to see. I'm committing a crime here. It's done. Okay. Yeah, let's keep doing. Sorry for that. Okay, so what can we do now? So just a second. Okay, so I really want to leave this part last, so let's do like this outer part here. So you have like this parts here. Actually no, let's do these diamond shapes first. Okay, so we have 3 4 on each side. This one is also damaged, it doesn't have the top part, but yeah, we have 4 on each side. So the first one here, so you start from this point, which is this one right here. You're gonna count 1 unit down, and then you're gonna make a diamond shape. So the way you do it is you just make a normal square, okay, and then when you're collapsing, you just collapse these lines. But for pre-creasing, it's easier if you do it, okay. So just make this square here. Okay, let me mark it. Come. Okay, like that. I know it's not creased like this. I'm just bad at drawing. So yeah, so just move from this point. Just move 1 unit to the right and do the other one. So from this point, move 1 unit and do this one. I swear I'm pre-creasing it right. I just can't get through the line right on top of the crease. That's why it looks bad, but it's not, I swear. Okay. Okay, and then we have this one. So this one kind of intersects here. It's a bit different, kind of intersects in the middle here. Gets a big mess, but just do it anyways. Okay, so again, 1 unit to the right, and then you make the square. Okay, and only one more. So for the last one, we already have these ones, which are the bottom part, so we just need to collapse to do these ones. And these ones I'm just gonna mark it. I always do the same mistake of also drawing on these ones, but these ones are not part of the crease pattern, but they will help with the collapsing, so that's why I'm doing them. Yeah, nice. So do the exact same thing here on the bottom. So it's exactly the same thing, but it's now mirrored along the middle line. I really recommend you have like the crease pattern with you when you're doing this, because not only you learn to read crease patterns better, but you can also guide yourself if you're not understanding what I'm saying. Maybe I'm going a bit too fast, but this should be pretty simple. And obviously, if you are trying the Zoanoid dragon, it's because you have some understanding of crease patterns. So this should be easy for you. Okay, first one, then next one. Okay, next one. So this is the one that makes a big mess here in the middle because it intersects with the other lines on not grid points, that is. Okay, and last one. So yes, it's here. So this one we also have to make this one because we didn't do it, but it's also part. Okay, so I'm just gonna try it. Oh yeah, let me do this one first. But yeah, so this one, this line right here, this one actually goes all the way to the end of the paper. Okay, so this line here, you can just fold it all the way to the end. Like that. Okay, so we have this line here. Okay, so let's now pre-crease the lines that are going to be used to make the scales. And what you're going to do is basically for each pair of these squares, so let me hold it like this. So for each pair of these squares, you're going to basically divide it in, so you're going to basically divide the grid lines here into half. Okay, so you're going to divide this one in half, this one in half, and then you're going to skip this one because it's not part of the squares, and then you're going to divide this in half, this in half, skip, divide in half, then divide in half, skip, divide in half, and divide in half. Okay, so let me do that. So if you are familiar with scales, this should also be pretty simple to you, but if you're not, this is how you usually have to do stuff. So the scales are usually half of the original grid line of the model, so that's why you have to do this. So as you can see here, I've divided these units here in half, and then I'm not going to divide this one. It could provide you more reference point, but it might be more confusing then, but I usually don't. So then I'm going to divide these two in half as well. Okay, like that, and then do this one. And this one. And then the last square, last diamond, I mean, square, diamond, whatever. Okay, like that. And we're also gonna do these, so we're going to divide these units here in half as well. So basically you have like the middle line, which is this one, goes from this point all the way to the edge. So we're gonna divide like the ones immediately close to it. So we're just gonna bring this edge to that line, okay? Like this, and you only need to fold, so you don't need to fold all the way. Basically you need to fold like where this diamond shape, the last diamond shape ends. That should be enough. And here, and the same thing here on the bottom, so you don't need to crease all the way. Yeah, that should be enough. Okay, fold, do the same thing with this one. Okay, and fold as well. Let me see, I wanted to leave pre-creasing the scales for the end, so let's do like these triangles here, which are kind of scales but not really. So yeah, so what you're going to do is, so you have this point here, which is the tip of the square, so which is this point right here, and then you're gonna go 1 unit up, and then you're gonna go this, you're gonna do this triangle here. Okay, so it's 1 unit, 1 unit. Okay, so from here you go 1 up, and then you do the triangle. I know this line here continues for an extra half a unit, so you can just crease that a little bit. So you have this one, and then as you can see, this one goes 1 unit and then half. Okay, so you can also crease that. Now that you have like the this smaller grid here, you can actually crease it to the grid point. Okay, and do the same thing on the top. Okay, so 1 unit down in this case, and then do the triangle. Okay, like that, and do the same thing on this side here. Okay, so now you're gonna go for example here on this one, so you're gonna go from this point, which is here, you're gonna go 1 up and then do the triangle. Again, this one you can go 1.5 units, like this. Okay, do the same thing on the top. So you start from this point, you go 1 down. So this point, 1 down, and you do this thing, and then okay, something like that. Okay, so all we need to pre-crease now are the scales and these diagonal lines. So let me zoom. So yeah, this is gonna be simple but a bit boring, but yeah, let's do that. So first of all, you have to notice that some of them are mountains and other are valleys. And honestly, I recommend you do the correct orientation from the pre-crease, because that will make it easier. And this is slightly different than the ones or the scales that you're used to do if you're used to doing scales. So for example, if you take a look at this, usually a scale, like you have like a mountain fold, and then you go that all the way, that mountain fold to this edge, and then you have another mountain fold and so on. But in this case, you have this mountain fold, which kind of stops here at this smaller square, and then here it turns into a valley fold. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, so we can actually do let's do all the mountain folds first, for example. So we have like this one, so let's do all in the same, that are on the same orientation. So all of these ones here on this top half, and then we can do this the ones here on this bottom half, and then do the mountain folds on the other way, and then do the valley folds. I think that's easier. So what we're going to do, so you're just gonna pick the points here that you need to do. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna mark these squares, these little squares here on my paper, so it's easier for you to follow. So in case you're wondering, so we do have, so for example, we do have these squares here pre-creased, and this one is this one right here. Okay, so now the only difference is that the crease pattern doesn't have like this point, this small tip here, but you can see that we have here on this line, and the squares start here. Okay, so basically you have one square. Oh, actually we still need to do that line, so I forgot to pre-crease that line, but we should. So from this point, from this line right here, where all the diamond shapes end, or not the squares in this case, and you're gonna divide the grid line below it in half. Okay, so basically you're just gonna fold, grab this edge, this line here, and just fold it down on the next crease, and just mark like here. Okay, this should be enough. And do the same thing with the bottom. Like that. Yes, so let's now, yeah, we got it. So let's now, I'm now going to draw like these 4 squares at least, so we can have some guidance. So you have like only these two have the full squares, so I'm just gonna do this a bit more. So I'm just gonna do those two. So we have 1 square here and another one here. So they are all separated by one grid unit, one of these, not of the smallest ones. So yeah, so we have these 4 squares here. Let me do the symmetric here on the bottom. Alright, and now we can start adding some scales. So okay, so we're gonna start from this square right here. So you're gonna make from the lowest tips here, the lowest edge, you're gonna add 2 mountain folds, okay? And just make the 2, it's easier. And so actually if you take a look, like this mountain fold here, this one, it goes all the way here, but you can see that on this side it's a valley. So you could, if you want, you can just crease this all at once. I'm not gonna do that, just because it will make it easier with the collapsing. So yeah, I'm just gonna add, you can fold all of them to this line here, which is the middle line. Okay, so these are just 45-degree lines, and although you do not have all the references, you should have enough to make you should have enough on the grid to make these lines. Okay, so the first one, and actually yeah, you can, let me see, yeah, so you can crease, I know that this part here of the square is a valley, but you can crease as a mountain. Okay, so like this, just crease on the square as well. So this one should stop about here, but you can just crease all the way to the middle, which is, just gonna crease it a bit harder so you can see. So yeah, so you can fold all of the lines. So yeah, so I've just folded this one. Now I'm doing this one. And again, you can crease like the diagonal of the square itself. And just like that. Okay, now you can do the same thing for the other 3. So just grab like this to this lower edge and just make 2 diagonals. Okay. So each of these diagonals should be, if you count the square, it should be 3 grid lines, 3 units. Okay, so of the bigger grid. So as you can see, we have 1 unit, 2 units, 3. Okay. So okay, and so these 2 are done. So just repeat the same thing for these 2. I'm just going to do that faster. Okay, so you should have something like this now. I know the pencil is hard to see on these lights, but I will, once I'm done, I will just color everything with blue and red pens. So yeah. So yeah, so we have this, and you can do now the, so let's add the rest of the mountain folds here. So we have, let me see, which ones haven't we had? So we have like these ones here, this one and this one. So, and this one basically it's the same principle from this square here, except it's not really a square, but you can kind of, I will actually draw it because it is a square. You have this square, but it's not the same as this one, but you still have this square here. And then you have again this mountain fold, and you should also have this one here, except it's just 1 unit long, but you still need to practice that. So okay, so I've just pre-creased this line here and this one, okay? And on this side there's actually one more here, so where this line ends, so this point here, okay, on this line you just make another mountain fold going down. And this one, it's only 2 units, yes, it's only 2 units. Okay, like that. And we still need to add some more here on this side. So again, you have like in this this crease pattern is almost symmetrical, except like these parts here are a bit different on both sides, but it's pretty much the same. So we still have to do, we have to add like these two, like this one here and also this one right here. So let's do that. So you can just count. So this one is really simple. This one is just the same as this one here, except it just shifted. So let's do that one. This, okay, and then you add one more, which is, I guess, the best reference. Let me see. So you're gonna count, God. So yeah, so start from, like, you can kind of see like a pattern here. So you have like all of them end up like in this triangle here. Like you have this triangle, this triangle, this triangle. So you have to make the same bit here. Okay, so basically you can just make this line here to make that triangle again. I guess that's the easiest way to get to the reference. And like so. So I made it 2 units long as well. So we have something like this on the top. Okay, so these are all the mountains. Yes, and now we're gonna have to do the same thing on the bottom. So let me do that faster. It's just a symmetrical, so if you're having doubts, you can just flip the paper like that and watch the video again, but it's exactly the same thing. So I'm just gonna do that faster. So if you've done everything correctly, you should have something like this. And you can see that, so this is obviously symmetrical along this middle line, and all the diagonals meet. So these ones, they all meet on the same on the same line, and they should all meet, like they should form these squares here. Okay, so these are all the mountain folds. So we now need to do the valley folds, and I just want to confirm that we don't need to pre-crease anything else. I think we've pre-creased everything. I'm gonna have to confirm that once I go through all the lines and actually draw over them. But yeah, let's now do the valley folds. So the principle is the same exact thing, except now instead of starting like on this edge, on these 2 points here, so instead of, let me actually show it here. So instead of starting on these 2 points here and make the valley, the mountain, you're gonna start here, okay, on this top edge. So valley, 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 and so on. You repeat for all these and on the bottom as well. So let me do a couple so you can see, and I'm actually gonna turn around. So I'm not sure if you can see it here, probably not, but I can see, you can barely see like the grid lines, that the scales here that we did. And I'm gonna, so I can see here the squares. So we have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, I don't, oops, sorry. So 1 here, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, I think it does, but so we have like the mountain folds that we did on the other side, these ones. So I just need to do valley folds here, okay? So I'm gonna do one so you can see. Okay, so I just did this one, and if you did everything correct, so let me turn around and let me mark it as a mountain, a valley. So if you did correctly, like the valley that you just did, which is this one, should turn into a mountain fold once it crosses the middle. Okay, so this one, which is here, and then it is a mountain that we had done before. Okay, so now do the same thing on this one. Turn around again. So the difficult part is starting, because once you have like once you have like a reference of where the other ones are, it's easier. So this one, it's here. Like this one doesn't go, oh, it does go all the way. It does go all the way here. Like that. And then just do this for all squares. So I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna show you one more. So we have the square here. So I'm gonna do a mountain in this case, but it's a valley in this. Wait, no, mountain in this case, but it's supposed to be a valley. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's really confusing. So this one, then the other one here, and I'm gonna fold all the way to the middle. I'm gonna fold a bit more just so I'm safe. Okay, unfold. So I just did this one and also this one. Okay, so just keep on doing this. Okay, for these ones I'm gonna do that faster. Okay, so I have these ones. If I do this one, can you see better? If I do it, yeah, you can see better like that. So I have these ones. So there's a couple of ones you still need to do. Like you can see where it's missing. Like I haven't done this one here. I haven't done some others here. So if I go around, let me see. So yeah, so I need to make this one and then this one as well. So I'm gonna do those. So yeah, here. Like what I mean by it's easier, it's the problem is just getting started is because now I can see that, for example, I can see that I did like this one and then this one and then this one, and you can see that there's a pattern, right? Like they are all separated by the same amount, so you can know where the other ones need to be by that. Okay, and I also need to make this one right here. So one more reason for you to have the crease pattern on you or with you is to help you like know what you need to do, because it's a lot easier. And I also need to make like this small one here. Smaller here. Okay, let me see what else. So I still need to make ones here, right? I need to make this one. I'm not sure if I did. Yeah, I didn't do this one and this one as well. So I need to do those. So one starts here and goes all the way, and the other one starts here. Yes, here. Okay. So let me do that. All right, and okay, so again, let me put this under so you can see. So you should have something like this. Now we just need to do the exact same thing here on this bottom part, so it's the same thing, just repeat it. And yeah, I'm just gonna do that off camera because my camera is running out of battery. Okay, so there's a couple more lines that we need to do, namely these ones here, also here, and also on the other side. So let's do that. So to do it, so you have this point right here, you're just gonna count one down, and then you're gonna make this diagonal here, which is 3 units long, and then you're just gonna make this small one, which is just half a unit. Okay. This one, okay, these two. Then do the same thing for all of these triangles. Okay, so it's I mean like all of these three, so it's the same thing. I'm using this pencil now. I guess I should have used that before because this is a lot easier. For this one, yeah, this right here. It's the diagonal, so that's why I was confused. But yeah, it's already done in my case. And now here on this side, so there are a couple lines here, for example, so this, you have like this square here, which I have not collapsed this one yet, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, I mean not this one, but I haven't pre-creased this one here, which is just a continuation of the other line. I should have just creased all the way. That's this one, and I have also this one. Let me zoom. Okay, and on the top as well, so I just need to continue this one. Let me see what else. I think that's all. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is color all the lines so it's easier to collapse and you can see better what I'm talking about, and I'll also check if I miss anything on the pre-creasing. So yeah, so I'll just do this a bit faster. Okay, so everything is colored. I tried to use the ruler, so everything is a lot prettier now. The colors are not so different here on camera, at least from what I'm seeing, but hopefully you can tell them apart. But yeah, we should start collapsing now, and let's get it. So this is gonna be very similar to the leg tutorial, I guess you've seen that one. So the first thing we're going to collapse is this part here, and what we're going to do is so we're going to make a mountain fold. Oh, actually I missed one line, which is this one. There you go. So the first thing we're going to do is make a mountain fold here on this line. So, and we're going to just fold this to the right, sorry. Okay. Now, mountain fold on this one, fold to the left again. Next one. And one more. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, but I didn't find any lines that we didn't pre-crease. Like there were some, like these ones here, but those are very easily, they don't need to be pre-creased when we are collapsing because they are very easy to do. Okay, so you should have something like this. Like you can see, like we have this line that goes all the way here, okay, like so. So you should have that as well. You should be able to see that. And what we're going to do now, sorry, is we're going to make a mountain fold here on this line. So you can see like the diamonds here. So you're going to make a mountain fold here. And then fold this down, like so, okay. Make sure you crease everything, and then do the same thing here. So mountain fold right above the diamond shapes, and then fold, in this case, up. Okay, just like that. Let me actually zoom a little bit. There we go. Get that out of the way. And okay, so now we're going to turn around, and we are going to pull open like the paper that is trapped here. So if you open here, you can see we have that diamond shape here, okay? So you're going to open, and then you're going to make a mountain fold here on this line, and do the same thing here on the bottom. So open, do this mountain fold here, and then you're just going to make this. So mountain fold, mountain fold, mountain fold, and then valley on the other one, okay? So if you turn around again, you can see that it matches the orientation. So we have this as a mountain, this as a valley, and these two, so these ones are only halfway, but you can see that the orientation is correct. So just do that, and then you're just gonna close, like making a valley fold on the middle, like this, and you're just gonna fold this to the left, to the right, sorry. So like that, and do the same thing on the bottom. So just push this down, and something like this. Make sure like this triangle part goes under, so it doesn't go like that, but like this, okay? Here as well, and you can crease this part. That doesn't matter because I'll fix that later. Okay, now just keep doing this. So actually let's work on this one as well. So now we have this flap here, and what we're going to do is squash fold this, okay? So we're going to open here in the middle, and you're just gonna press this down, okay? Press here and just squash. So this should be simple because you already have the grid lines here, okay? So you already have these lines here, so this should be simple. And do the same thing here. Just like that. Okay. And then you are going to, so let me just check something. Yes, so we are going to make, so fold this edge, the left edge, to the right, and we're going to close sync it, okay? So just open here and just make this a mountain fold, and then just push this corner inside like that, okay? Do the same thing here on the bottom, just push it inside. If it helps, you can use like a pencil or a toothpick, something sharp, to push the tip, okay? Like this, and then close it, and then this is what you get on the other side, okay? So, like this. Okay, so now we're going to repeat that 3 more times. I'm gonna show you one more, and then I'll just do the rest. Okay, so if you want to check, like if you open here, I'll try to open a little bit, but you can see that all the lines match the orientation. Okay, this one is off, but just because I hand draw it, I free draw it, there were no grid lines, no reference, because I didn't pre-crease that one. But yeah, so yeah, let's do that one, next one. So we're just gonna pull here, careful not to rip the paper, do the same thing here on the bottom. Now mount and fold here, and again this is like that. This mounted, so this here as well. And just fold it to the left, right. God, messing that up. This, make sure everything is right here. Okay, then we're going to squash this flap here. Okay, and we are going to close sync this part here. Like that. Okay, so now just repeat this 2 more times, okay? Okay, so once you're done, you should have something like this. This is the back, and this is the front. Okay, so now what we're going to collapse is like this outer part here. So we can start here on the bottom actually. So this is straight up box splitting, so you're just gonna make mount and fold on this one, mount and fold on these ones as well, and you create this mount and fold here. Okay, and you're gonna have to pull out or push out this corner here. Okay, so you're gonna make like that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to bring, so this is now the valley, so you're going to fold this corner or push this tip down. Okay, so basically kind of rotate the paper around. So kind of rotate and push that corner inside, okay? Okay, this will create that valley fold there. Okay, something like this. Like once we collapse the rest, it will be easier. So let's so we actually have to open, I think, let me see. No, we don't. So here on this side, so we can see that we have this mountain here, so it should be like this. Okay, you should unfold this layer, and you should go like that. And you had this layer here, but it was not part of the crease. Okay, so you're just gonna push this down like that, and you can see also we do have another mountain here inside. Okay, so we're just going to actually push this like that. So it's a lot easier if you have like the grid or the crease pattern drawn. That may make it a lot easier. Okay, so let me continue on this one. So I know this part we still need to collapse that, it's not flat yet. Okay, so here what you're going to do is basically, so you can kind of see, so you're going to push this, so these 2 points should be together, okay, like so, and you're just going to push this down and make a mountain fold here on this line. Okay, so just gonna hide it inside. And if you want, you can turn around. Let me see if that helps. No, it doesn't really help. But it should be. Let me see here. Okay, so you can see. You can kind of see. Not really. Okay, so it should be something like this. Okay. And this part should be, you should be able to flatten this part here, like so. Okay, and just gonna fold everything like that. Okay, this part should lie flat. Here's how that part looks. You can do it like so, I guess. So we have this little triangle here. You can hide it inside like that. Okay. So crease everything, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So it's exactly the same, except this part is a bit different, but it's basically the same. So actually, let's start from this side because it might be easier. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull out this, and you can see we have this mountain here that we need to crease. So make this mountain. That. Okay, and then this valley there. Okay, so this diamond shape here, the last one, as you can see, it has no diamond. Like this one has no this upper triangle that the other ones have, and that's why. But that's why these ones, these lines here, you can see they are not part. Okay. Okay, so like that. And now comes that tricky part here. So I'm gonna have to pull this out here, make that valley mountain, and I'm just gonna push this. Yeah, I'm just gonna push this down. I don't think this part really has any influence on the final result, so don't worry too much about it. Okay, something like that. I will fix it from the back later. And this part, remember, we have to pull out this point here, like that. And then here is just normal box pleating. Okay, so let me fix that part here, and let me see. Yeah, so I'm just gonna push this part. Okay, so something like that. You can see you have again like that small triangle here that you can hide like either side, it doesn't really matter. Okay, like so. Okay, so this won't lie flat because, I mean, yeah, you can lie flat if you make like this mountain and just pull this under and you press this down. Okay. Okay, Okay, so you have like something like this. Okay, and now comes the tricky. Actually, fold this under so it's the same on both sides. But now comes the tricky part, which is actually collapsing the scales. And the reason why this is a bit tricky is because it's a bit different than the normal scales and the scales on the leg. So if you've done the Ryujin 3.5, sorry, the scales of the shoulder of the shoulders are pretty much the same as here. So you on the shoulder of the Ryujin 3.5, you also have like these squares here that you need to collapse. But yeah, let's actually do that. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Honestly, I think it's best, that's what I did, if you start from the center. I know it's a bit weird to start from the center, but I think it's the best thing, the best way you can do this. And the way you're going to do this is, so let's open like this one right here, for example. So you're going to open this, okay? And as you can see, if you look at the crease pattern, you have a mountain here, straight mountain, then valley, and then mountain, and then valley. Okay, so and basically, and this square we'll see, but this is the mountain here on the square, but we'll see that. So basically, what you're going to do, so we have this mountain here, right? And I'm just going to crease through all the layers just to make it more convenient. And then we have also this mountain, and again I'm going to crease through all the layers. So this one should go up and this one goes down. Okay, actually, let me see, now that I think, yeah, let's actually do it from the back. I think that will be easier. Okay, so we have, again, so we have now the valleys are going to be mountains. So this is a valley, so make this a mountain like that. Okay, and the other one, which is this one. Okay, and you can see there the square. And what you're going to do is basically, so this tip here that's sticking out, you need to push it inside. And at the same time, you're going to make a mountain fold on this line here. Okay, so push this inside. And as you can see, that mountain fold, like this might take some practice and some attempts, but you can see that mountain fold pops up. Let me try it. Let me try to show you again. Okay, so we have like these two mountains, right? So this one and this one. And now you're just going to push this inside and you're going to make it as that mountain. So just push this. Okay, and it's like that now. And now you're just going to fold this one. So you're just going to fold both of them like that. So you should be able to close this like so. Here's how it looks. Okay, and here's how it looks from the other side. I mean from the front, then towards the back. Okay, so we have something like that, right? And now let's do the same thing here on the bottom. So unfold the same square. Okay, so it's this one here. And remember, we're going to do this mountain. Then this one. You can see that I'm doing, I hope you can see that I'm doing the mountains on the blue lines, because like mountains on this side are valleys on the other side. So that's why. So now from here, so you're going to push this point inside, thus creating that that mountain. So push this, and as you can see, like it may not happen like this. On the other case here it happened on the first try, but in this case it isn't. So what helps is maybe if you pre-crease a little harder this mountain here. Okay, and now you can just push this part inside further. Okay, now we are at that same position. Like, this is the hardest position to get, and then from here you just need to fold like this to the sides, and the paper will practically lie flat together for on its own. Okay, let me see on the other side. So you can kind of arrange, like, this edge should align with this edge, so let me make that as best as I can. And the reason it's not, it's because these two lines are too big. Let's see if I can fix that. So the reason why it's not, it's because like this mountain fold here is going off the square. Like, I need to push it further in. Oops, sorry. Okay, I think now it's good. Yeah, now it's a lot better. Okay, so now you've done this on these two, right? And now you need to do this on like all of these, the remaining of the squares. Okay, so I'm gonna do that with you because this part is a bit trickier. Yeah, so once again I'm gonna open here, and I'm just gonna pick this one, for example. Okay, so I'm just gonna open this part here. Okay, so we can see that triangle, the square here, and I'm gonna make one thing. So when you open, like if I open this one, you can see that this layer will be untrapped. So what I want you to do is first fix the layer. Okay, so what I mean by fixing the layer is actually now this should be like so. Okay, and this will create a little problem here, but don't worry, we'll fix that. So do the same thing on this one. So unfold, and then it should be this one, the mountain. If it helps, you can make like this, something like that. And so now let's fix this part. So again, the square is there, so you're going to make this mountain here, and I'm just going to continue this all the way here so it's easier. And the other one, so the other one, it's this one here. Now the tricky part is you need to crease this one but also keep this one together. Okay, and that might be a bit tricky, but where was I? Yeah, so it's this one here. Okay, like that. Okay, and then you do the same thing. So you're gonna push this part in, push this corner inside, and create this mountain fold here. And you're gonna fold this part. So this might take some time, don't rush. Okay, if you want, you can just turn to the other side and try to fix it. Okay, you can see the two. Get that out of the way. Okay, something like that. And now do the same thing here. So yeah, so I'm gonna crease this one, and I'm gonna crease it again all the way here so it's easier. And then you need to crease this one while keeping this. So you need to crease this one while keeping this together. Okay. Now, oh yeah, see, this time I was kind of lucky because this part already appeared like pretty much collapsed, pretty much on the right place, so all I need to do is close this. That was kind of lucky. Okay, and let me confirm on the other side that everything is still good. So we have 2 on each side now. Okay. So let's do this one as well. So I'm gonna open, and once again, now if you open this layer, you can see that all of these need to be corrected. Okay, so I'm gonna open this part, and so I'll need to correct this one, so it needs to be like that, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom at the same time, so it's easier. So this one should be like so. Okay, then we have this one, which should be, and this one, yes. So I'm creasing him all the way to the middle because it's easier, because you can kind of close the middle here to help you. So we have these ones, right? This one needs to be like that. And yeah, that's good. Now all we need to do is make this one. So we first do this one right here. Again, you can go like all the way here to the middle. We also need this one. The arms are a bit trickier than the legs of the Zoanoid dragon, and yeah, I also had some trouble doing them the first time, so don't worry if you take more time. So yeah, so we have these two. Now we need the other ones that go on that direction, and again, make sure you crease this one like without breaking these two. Okay, so like that. Okay, and also this one. Okay, and then you just do the same thing. So you're gonna fold. Actually, let me kind of make these lines a bit longer so I have more, so it's easier. So this one, then I'm not too worried about making this precise here. I just want them to kind of collapse a bit more because they are not part of the crease pattern. It's just to help me. Okay, and then so we just need to crease these ones in and make that weird fold again. Okay. Okay. So I think that should be good. Yes, so let's see, that's correct. Okay, and what we're going to do now is, so we have no, let me confirm. Yeah, let's collapse now this part right here, because so the squares that we did here on the crease pattern were this one, and this one. So we only have one more to the right. We have this one, this weird one, but we're going to collapse this part first. Okay, so we're going to collapse this area here. And yeah, the way we're gonna do that, let me actually see. Yeah, so first of all, we're gonna kind of unfold this part here, and let me see. So yeah, so basically I'm just trying to follow the lines that I have here. So let's do this part first. So we have like this mountain, sorry, we have this mountain and this valley, which means that I need to push this down like that, and this one should be something like this, okay? And so we also have like this mountain here, this big mountain, right, which we should crease like so, and so this part I need to do it like that. So you need to push this up and at the same time fold this like that, okay? I think that's right. So just do the same thing on the other side. Let's see here, so I'm gonna do this part. This one goes like that. Let me see here my test fold, so I can show you. Okay, so we have this. If you open here in the middle, we have this like this weird shape. So let's collapse that. Okay, let me actually sit down. That might be. Okay, so let's see. So we need to, first of all, let's actually push this part here out. Okay, so we have like this tip here. Okay, and let me see, what are we going to do with it. Sorry if I don't have this memorized. I usually don't. Sorry about that. So sorry if I don't have this memorized. I usually don't do that on tutorials, so I just go about it as I would normally. Okay, so yeah, so what I see is, first of all, like this line here, this one should be on top. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold this on top like that. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other one. So this one, this line should be on top like that. And what does that do? Well, that allows us to kind of shape this weird shape here a little bit better. Okay, so this part. So let me show you how it looks on the end. So you should have something like this, and that's the weird shape. You can see the shape there. Okay, like this is how it looks on the end. So that's the goal. So eventually we're going to push this part inside. Okay, so one thing I do notice is that this edge should be on top of this one. So I'm just gonna fold that. Oh, and that kind of does the trick of getting it down. All I need to do is just push this part a little inside, push this tip inside like that. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. And let me see more. So this should be like that. And yeah, we also have like this mountain here and this valley. So let's actually, let me see. So let's try to collapse this tip here. So this is how I did it. So you can see that one tip goes under the other, which means that, so I'm gonna have to push. So I'm gonna have to do something like that. Yeah, so sorry, I'm not sure if you were saying, sorry. So I'm gonna have to do something like this, and I'm gonna have to push this tip inside. Okay, and at the same time, so I'm gonna have to make this a valley here. Valley, yes. Also on the other side, which might be tricky to do both at the same time. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you can see it's getting to the correct positioning. Okay, so I need to push this in. I also need to push this in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that was hard, but we got it. Okay, so we can kind of collapse this part. Kind of, not really yet. So I'm gonna push this part out, the next tip here, and I'm gonna fold this also. Fold this one. Okay, so this is all what we have so far. Here's how it looks on the back. So yeah, so you kind of so I kind of can collapse this part now, but what I'm gonna do, let me see, yeah, I think this is pretty collapsible. So what I'm gonna do is now, so I have this one, so the first point here, and do the same thing with this one. So basically you want to put this point under this one. Okay, so you just gotta push this down a little bit. Also you have to open here. Okay, something like that. If you want, you can go on the back and try to get better. Okay, so you can almost, yeah, you can, if you do it, so this part still needs something. Let me see, what do I need to do here? I think I just need to grab these ones and just fold them to the side. Like that, and this should allow me to, oh yeah, that's the problem here. There we go. Now it should, okay, yeah. So I should be able to close this part, at least the first one, like here, okay? Then you just keep doing this, so here, once again, try to keep these layers together, okay? And we're reaching, so actually, so if we do this point now, we'll reach here where we need to collapse the last square, which we are going to do. And once again, we're going to need to turn the paper around, and here's how it looks so far on the back. That is, like I'm gonna go through everything once everything is collapsed and make sure everything is in the correct place, because I think now they could use some shaping, I guess. But yeah, so moving on, so let's actually do the last square. So it's actually here. Last square, I mean, is this one here, which we haven't collapsed yet. So if we open this layer so we can see. Yeah, so here it is. We need to do this one. So, and I'm gonna open on the bottom as well, and we're gonna need to fix like these lines here. Oh, I opened the wrong one, sorry. It's this one. So we're gonna need to fix this one, so like what we did before, this one as well goes here. So this one still has one layer in it actually. Okay, so we have here the square, right? Here it is. Now once again you're going to make a mountain fold on this line here. Try to keep these layers, and actually let me get them a little better here, these ones, because I think that will help. If I can kind of close this. So this one is the right one. Okay, so you can try to hold this part here together so you can more easily make these lines here. Okay, so you're going to make a mountain fold here, and you have to, in this case, like I have to push this point inside and also make this mountain fold. So it's pretty much the same thing that you did before. Okay, like that, and do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, now I'm gonna turn around to see if everything is okay. If not, I'm gonna try to fix it. Okay, it's more or less, like the paper is hard to collapse, so that's why I say more or less, but once everything starts lying flat, it will be easier to fix things. So now we can once again make this point here, so it's pretty much the same thing, like you're just trying to get this point under this one. Okay, so let me see what I can do. Okay, I guess that's the best I can do for now. Ooh, this part is very wrong. Fix this, sorry. Okay, I guess I'll fix it later. I'll fix that later. So yeah, so we have this one. Okay, we have this. So now we can start collapsing this part here, okay, which is pretty much the same thing as this one, except there's a few differences here, but like the middle is the same. So let's start with that. So I'm just gonna push out this part and kind of unfold here. Yeah, there's a lot of layers hidden here, so I'm gonna have to pull open this one. And yeah, let's start. So how are we going to start? Let's first make this mountain here. And this, let's make these two mountains actually. Yeah, let's make this part. This part is actually a bit harder than the one you just did, but hopefully we can still do it. Okay, so let's see. So what I'm doing now is, so you can see that there are ones that are straight up mountain folds. Like this one is a straight up mountain fold and this one is a straight up valley. So what you can do is fold those, because you know that they had to be like all the lines need to go. So this one needs to be mountain and then all the lines need to go through it. Okay, so I can do mountain here and then all the lines that I had before need to crease through that line, so like that. So this one actually, and do the same thing with this one here. So unfold here, and I'm just gonna fold this down. I know this may be a bit confusing, but I'm not sure what else I can do to help you. Okay, I guess we can also collapse this one, this point here. Let's see. So okay, it's like that. One actually needs to come first, like that. There we go. Okay. This one goes here. This one should be on top as well. Like honestly, the like which layer is on top doesn't matter, because the scales are going to look pretty much the same thing. Like it doesn't matter which layer is on top of the other. So, and if you're shaping scales, it matters even less. But I'm just putting them by the order that they are on the crease pattern, because well, that's how I drew the crease pattern. So, or that's how I drew this crease pattern. I'm not sure what I'm not sure, like, I hope you're managing to follow what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, so we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, so we have these 4 points here. Okay, so we can start working on these parts here, which are a bit tricky. So what we're going to do, so we have this mountain here as well, which we need to crease, no, collapse, which will lead to another point. Which I think we can collapse as well. Yeah, we can do this one as well. Okay, nice. So we have these ones. And yeah, let's now, so we should have like these two lines that end up here and also here. So we can kind of collapse this part. Let me show you how it looks on the end, this part. And here it is. Like the paper is kind of ripping here, but you can see. So let's work on that. So yeah, so let's start here. So we have this mountain here, right? And that mountain. And one important thing is, so mine is already in position, but this layer here should be on top of that one. So if I try to push this out, like you have this point here, but you should push it under this layer here, okay? And then you should also push this part down, making this mountain fall here. And then we need this valley, and we also need this valley here. And we can kind of crease these ones to help us. Okay. So we'll slowly get there. Okay. So here, what are we going to do? So here I have something wrong. So as you can see, like I have this valley that is a mountain. It should be opposite. So I have this point here hidden underneath. I'm not sure if you can see, but I need to push it out. So I'm just gonna push this point out like that. Okay, and then let me see what I'm gonna do. So this one needs to be a valley, and also that one. So this point should go under, like so. Let me actually see here what I have. Okay, I see. So yeah, so I need to push this down. That goes down. Then I need to make that. Yeah, that's the valley. Valley. So this is kind of disappearing, but yeah. So I also need to make this line here. This one. And fold it up. I need to push this inside that, and I also need to push this part here. If I can get my, yeah, that one, like that. Make also a mountain here. Okay. Almost. Okay, so this part is pretty much into shape, into the final position here. I'm not gonna collapse it just yet because I also want to do the same thing here. Okay, so let's see. So first let me make this here. And okay, so I need to push this. Let me see. Yeah, so this needs point needs to be under, like that. And then I have this one wrong as well. I need to push this one out, like that. Like so. Oops. Okay, I think this part here on this side is also almost in shape. Okay, so all we need to do is kind of collapse here the middle. But it's pretty much the same thing as we did on the other side. So I need to push this inside, and then I need to make this last tip here. Let me see, can I do anything from this side? I guess not. I guess I should have used the bigger paper. But that's strange because I thought, anyway, I thought the paper that I used for the test fold was smaller than this one, but God, so close. Come on, I just need to close this off. Yes, okay. I think that's it. I really hope you could do that, or at least something like that, something similar to it. So what I'm gonna do now is just go through everything. We'll collapse this part later. I'm just gonna go through everything here and just make sure that everything is correct. So I'll just do that off camera. Okay, so yeah, everything is right. So it looks a lot better now, right? So I didn't do anything new. I just went on every crease and just creased everything really hard and make sure that it was in the correct place. So I'm just gonna open here, for example. This is the last part that we did, and here's how it looks, and here's how it looks from the inside. And this is the first part. So this part here is this one. Okay. How it looks. Okay, so yeah, you can rest now. The hard part is done. So all we need now is just make this part here, which is which are going to be the toes. Okay, so this is pretty simple. This, I'm gonna fold this up, and yeah, it's collapsed. This is the arm. Okay, perfect. So in terms of shaping, what I do recommend is you go watch the video that I did on the leg. In terms of shaping like the toes, go watch the video. I'll leave a link here. Go watch the video that I did on the leg, because I think the shaping of the toes for the leg and the arm are pretty similar. Like, one thing that's different here is that you have like these tips here coming out, right? I did try to do something with them on my fold, but they are very small and you can barely see them. But you can also try and do something with them, like trying to lift them up. I don't know, something like this. But yeah, they are very small. So that's like I can't. That's why I'm so unsure if this is the correct way to fold the arm, because I can't seem to find like an ancient dragon that does have an arm like the one I did. I guess maybe they just didn't shape. Sorry, maybe they just didn't shape like these spikes, or did collapse it differently. But anyways, that's it. So in case you want to see the other parts that I did, I'll also leave a link in the description. And for the next part, I will show you how to collapse the chest area of the Zoanoid dragon. So make sure you are subscribed so you know when I upload that video. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.